everyone thinks about going for the gold during the Olympics, but this Money Monday, we are talking about a different type of gold. We are joined now by Kyle Winfield of Finley Alexander Wealth Management. How are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing well too. Happy to have you here. Of course, there seems to be a lot of talk about people selling their gold and their silver. You see a lot of commercials, you hear a lot of talk in your circles, but are these precious metals really, can they make people money or not so much?
Well, I mean, before I get into what makes money, what doesn't, I think, I guess anything can make money because money and value is all about perception. So if people are buying up a lot of gold and the price is going up, or silver, or any precious metal or commodity at that matter, yeah, it starts to have some value, especially if you were to sell it and then trade it for the dollars, because gold doesn't buy bread, milk, and pay mortgage payments, but it is something that could increase in value. But it also has a lot of risk with it. It could go up and down, right? So I think people, I never take issue with what people want to do. I just try to give them perspective in terms of their big picture and what they're trying to accomplish.
Okay, so why do you think that people hold on to gold, silver, precious metals for so long, or even why they buy it to begin with as an investment?
Well, the first thing that runs across my mind, and maybe it does for the viewers, is gold is tangible. It's something you can hold, and there's this overall overwhelming perception that it has a lot of value, and it does. However, I think when it comes to finances and money, uh, it's a lot of intangible. I mean, if you think about it for a moment, when you log into your bank account, it's just a number, right? It's sitting there, and then you've got this paper money, and there's not a lot of tangibility there. So I think gold or any kind of tangible asset gives people a level of confidence because they can see it, touch it, and feel it, just like with real estate or anything else. So I think that's why people go after it and buy it. I'm neutral on whether you should do that or not, or whether there's risk involved. I stay neutral there, but I just think that's why people do it. They like tangibility. What can they see, touch, feel with their eyes and their ears, and all that stuff.
That's what I like about you, is that you seek to understand why people want to invest the way that they want to, as opposed to just saying you shouldn't do that. So investments
Mhm.
that I'm hearing from you are really personalized and personal to your clients.
They are. And I think when you start to think about money and all this stuff, it can get really in the weeds and detail and all this stuff. But if you take a couple of steps back and you think about it, I asked two really big questions. Number one is, how do you define success financially? What do you want to see happen? Number one, and what don't you want to see happen financially, right? And the bigger question, Elsa, I like to ask people is this one: when it gets finish this sentence, when it gets down to my money and my financial situation, all I really care about is, and fill in the blank. And then we dig a little deeper there. And that kind of gives you an idea of like, okay, what should I be doing? And then what really could have value for me based on what I want to see happen.
You're like a money psychologist as well. I love it. If we are in the market to get diagnosed, we need some help. How do we reach out to you?
You can go to finleyalexander.com. We've got a bunch of resources right there on the homepage. And my biggest thing is have people build their asset map. They'll see that, click on that. That gives you a nice, rich, simple visual that you can start building. And you can see, this is what I got. This is what I'd like. This is where I'd like to be. What might be missing, if anything.
All right, Kyle Wingfield, we really appreciate you being here. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.